bắt đầu từ 2004.
Từ năm 2004 thì về Việt Nam chơi, xong rồi cái đi Đà Lạt chơi, cái hai đứa kêu hồi giờ làm cái gì cho mọi người. Zin ở đây thì họ không biết zin là gì hết. Đầu tiên là lúc đầu thì họ không biết zin là gì, sau thì mình mới giới thiệu. Nó không có mới nhưng mà chỉ là mọi người không có biết tới thôi.
Vanguard is a transnational publication that works with LGBTQ Vietnamese people all over the world. And our goal is pretty much to feature and work with these artists and writers and connect them together. Vanguard is always growing, so it's very natural for us to do something different every single year in terms of design, in terms of who we work with and who we feature. The second reason I would say, we need to make Vanguard relevant every single year. Since 2014, since the inception of Vanguard, I see that there has been like a huge increase in self-publication. So for me to really make Vanguard unique in that moment, my solution was just to hand make things, would be to bring it back to the fundamental way that people have been making zines, is that people usually just cut things out, glue it onto a piece of paper, and then they go on from there, right? We don't necessarily have this benchmark of how good it should be, or we don't accept things if it's shitty, right? We accept everything, and the only criteria is that if it's discriminatory in any way, so if it's homophobic or transphobic, or if it's like discriminatory against women, or people of different ethnicity or religion, then I will not accept. For Vanguard, your skill level can be pretty much basic as it can be, and we'll still have it in there. And we want people to feel like you are appreciated, we want to help you grow, and we want to show the world that growth. So when I design a literary work, I start out by reading that work at least 5 times, and I write down how I feel, what my feelings are towards that specific piece, and I write it down on what I call a mood board online. And from there I start designing, and usually it takes me about 2 or 3 designs for me to feel satisfied. And from there, even then, I could change it the next day, right? And pretty much my design for each individual written piece is kind of a manifestation of how I feel and my emotional investment in that piece. And if I don't understand something, I would reach out to the person who wrote that piece, and I will ask them to clarify some things for me. And I usually have like a dialogue with them to really understand that piece from their point of view, and then from my own interpretation of it as well.
I mean, I feel like this could be a cover, like this could be a zine, a zine cover, that would be it.
Yeah.
So that.
Actually, we're gonna use sandpaper for the cover. What I really loved the most was sandpaper. So I had to go out and actually find where they sell sandpaper. So actually, after doing Vanguard number 4, I know where everything is sold. Sandpaper I buy near here on like Calmet. With Decal is I have to go all the way over to District 5, and I go to Gyeolung, and I go to many different small shops just to find unique textures and unique sort of papers. And with I guess you call it votive paper, I have to also go to District 5 as well. So certainly there's going to be people who are my friends, people who are New's friends, people who's Dangboy's friend, people whose faces we've seen many times in the art scene. People who come over here have also been new, people that I've never met before in my life. And for me that's very rewarding, because then I get to meet new friends, my friends get to meet new friends, and then it's just a big happy time, right? And usually when people come over here, no one is like in the corner just doing work. People talk, people share their life with each other, and I think that's the best thing for Vanguard number 4 that we haven't had before in the past. I'm not a full-time artist, and the only time that I really make art is when I do Vanguard. I'm not trained as a designer at all. I learned how to design by myself on the computer, on YouTube, looking up tutorials on how to do things. Really, I just do things. If it looks good, it looks good. If I ask people if it looks good, people like it, then I use it. But most of the time, I just do what I want to do. I don't measure Vanguard's success as, how much money we make, how many people we reach, but I talk to individual people. I care about what people think about Vanguard. And if you talk to people in Vanguard, I'm pretty sure everybody would tell you that it's very inspirational. Even if what we do is not as professional as can be, is not as good as can be, I feel like I've succeeded in life to motivate one person to continue on their journey or their quest to be who they want to be. Đây là cái secret design của Aiden, là Aiden design super random. Đây là giống như là bây giờ Aiden giải ra hết xong Aiden like, ok thấy gì hợp làm cái đó, giống như nè. So there's two separate zines.
Okay.
One is for artwork, one is for writings.
Okay. And your question is?
Do you think it's a good idea if I keep it separate?
Well, I would prefer that they go together. So that's like a whole package that it could be fun, you know?
Oh, there's no way it can be together.
Yeah, which
It's
is hard.
too-
It's too big, it's too hard,
Yeah.
it's too thick.
Even though I do feel ownership towards it, it's the entire community's ownership towards it. That's why I feel very committed to what I do, and every design I put my whole heart into it, because I don't want to let the artists down, I don't want to let the writers down, you know, and I certainly don't want to let the community down. And it's certainly very egotistic to say this, but it's very true that, you know, in a couple of years you're going to see Vanguard in history books, you're going to see people writing about Vanguard. Is that we're at this time period where the queer movement, the queer revolution I call it, is just pretty much starting. And so Vanguard is at the very forefront of that. You know, you got the artistic scene, but who's doing queer art in Vietnam at the moment? I certainly can't name too many people. There are, you know, the older generation who have done a lot, but for us, I think we cater more, our audience is more towards the younger generation. When I think about it, I definitely want to be a part of history. And I tell people this all the time, either you're gonna be part of history or you're not, or either you're gonna be part of this growth, this change, or you're not, or you're gonna be left behind. And I choose to be part of that. Even if, you know, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of commitment, but in the future, people will see that.